Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Man from U.N.C.L.E. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is directed by Guy Ritchie, screenplay by Guy Ritchie and Lionel Wigram, story by Jeff Clement and David C. Wilson. Guy Ritchie, Lionel Wigram, based on The Man from U.N.C.L.E. by Sam Raffel and Norman Felton, produced by John Davis, Steve Clark Hall, Lionel Wigram, and Guy Ritchie. Cinematography from John Mathewson. Edited by James Herbert, music by Daniel Pemberton, and production companies from Guy Ritchie / Lionel Wigram Films, Rat Pack, June Entertainment, Davis Entertainment, distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures. The runtime of this movie was 116 minutes, so an hour and 56 minutes. The rating of this movie, in New Zealand it's an M, in the US it is a PG-13. The genre of this movie is an action, spy, comedy, and adventure. Plot. At the height of the Cold War, a mysterious criminal organization plans to use nuclear weapons and technology to upset the fragile balance of power between the United States and Soviet Union. CIA agent Napoleon Solo and KGB agent Elia Kirkyakin are forced to put aside the hostiles and work together to stop the evildoers in their track. The duo's only lead is the daughter of a missing German scientist, whom they must find soon to prevent a global catastrophic. So the cast of this movie: if Henry Cavill is Napoleon Solo, Armie Hammer is Elia Kirkyakin, Alicia Vikander is Gabby Teller, Elizabeth Debicki is Victoria, Sylvester Groth is Uncle Rudy, and Hugh Grant is Alexander Waverly. Production. Producer John Davis optioned the film's rights to the 1960s TV series in 1993, setting up a development deal for an adaptation with Warner Bros. In a series. Producer Norman Felton Davis has estimated that he had commissioned 12 or 14 different scripts over the course of 20 years, with writers Jim and John Thomas, John Frequer, Glenn Frequer, and Scott Z. Burns. Quentin Tarantino was briefly attached following the success of Pulp Fiction, but opted to make Jackie Brown instead. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. continued to labour in development hell, with directors Matthew Vaughn and David Dobkin. Steven Soderbergh was attached to direct Scott Z. Burns' screenplay, with production slated to begin in March 2012. Executives from Warner Bros. wanted the budget to stay below $60 million, but Soderbergh felt that the amount would not be adequate to fund the 1960s era set props and international settings required for the film. Emily Blunt was nearly cast as the female lead, but she left the project shortly after Soderbergh departed in November 2011. Guy Ritchie signed on in March 2013. On July 31st, 2013, it was announced that Ritchie's adaptation would start filming in September 2013 in London and Italy. The final production budget was approximately $75 million USD. Casting. In November 2010, George Clooney showed interest. So this is my new one. George Clooney showed interest in the film and was in talks for the lead role of Napoleon Solo, but he left in September 2011 due to the recurring back injury. After Clooney's departure, actors including Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ryan Gosling, Channing Tatum, Alexander Skarsgård, Ewan McGregor, Robert Pattinson, Matt Damon, Christian Bale, Michael Fassbender, Bradley Cooper, Leonardo DiCaprio, Joel Kinnaman, Russell Crowe, Chris Pine, Ryan Reynolds, and Jon Hamm were considered for the lead role. On March 18th, 2013, Tom Cruise was in early talks to lead at the film. Armie Hammer was cast in the second lead role as Elia Yurkin on April 24th, 2013, with Cruise set as Solo. Swedish actress Alicia Vikander joined the film on May 8th, 2013 as the female lead of the... as a female lead. On May 23rd, 2013, Cruise dropped out of the film due to commitment to Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. British actor Henry Cavill replaced Cruise. Elizabeth Debicki was cast in the female fatale role on July 31st, 2013. Rose Byrne and Charlize Theron were earlier considered for the same part. On Rose Byrne and Charlize Theron were early considered for the same part. On August 8th, 2013, Hugh Grant joined cast as Alexander Waverly, the head of United Network Command for Law and Enforcement, which is U.N.C.L.E. basically. Jared Harris was cast as Sanders on September 4th, 2013, and Nicky Calivan was cast as a villain. Alexander Simone Capri was also cast to play Costello. Critical response. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of a 68% based on 291 reviews, with an average rating of a 6.20 out of 10. Science critical consensus reads, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. tries to distract from an unremarkable story with charismatic stars and fizzy set pieces, adding up to an uneven action thriller with just enough style to overcome its lack of substance. On Metacritic, the film has an weighted average score of 56 out of 100 based on 40 critics, indicating mixed average reviews. On CinemaScore, audiences gave the film an average grade of a B on an A+20 scale. Thoughts? The good. Okay, for me, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was a great movie for me. I had such a blast with the movie. I think the acting from everyone was great. The standout for me was Henry Cavill's character. I really loved this character. I think the development to this character was really good, and yeah, I just had a fun time with the spy action movie, and this is my first time ever watching this movie, and yeah, it worked overall. Bad and disappointing. Okay, for me, the first act of this movie was not that good of a start for me personally. I would have liked a better starting and a better way to introduce these main characters, and some character development through the movie could have been way better with Armie Hammer's character and other characters. Final thoughts. Overall, I had a fun time with this movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing this movie for a second time. I would recommend this movie to people who have not watched this movie yet. And yeah, that's about it. Score for this movie, I'm going to be giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. Percentage, I'm going to be giving it an 82%. Grade, I'm going to be giving it a B- out of 10. I'm going to be giving it an 8.2 out of 10. Okay, now let's do the spinning. What is it going to be? Oh. Okay, so tomorrow you'll be seeing my review of Whiplash. Cannot wait. It'll be my first time watching, so I'm really excited to see how this movie goes. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.